Hello. So it's been maybe 3 months since I've done a vlog or any kind of video for the channel, and I've had quite a few comments asking like, where have you been, what you've been doing, where are the videos, and are there any more? Well, here we are. Let's run the short pathetic little intro and I'll tell you what I've been up to for the last near 3 months. Let's roll. So I've been toying with the idea of doing this video and explaining what I've been doing, because I haven't just been sitting on my ass doing nothing. It's been a bit of a roller coaster, and I've recorded this video loads of times, so if I'm speaking quickly I apologise. It's because I want to try and get all the info out there. So you may recognise me from previous videos such as the 2-day break, and there was a number of videos with a short dark haired woman in. I used to refer to her as my wife. Well, and I'm going to say this unfortunately, because it is unfortunate, because it's a breakdown of a family. On the 3rd of June this year, that lady, person, thing, actress decided that she no longer wanted to be with me, which is fair enough, you know. And if there's problems in a relationship, then it's a fair point, fair cop to say it's not working, we'll end it, and we'll agree, and everything will be amicable. And you know, it happens, shit happens, divorces happen more and more. But unfortunately that female didn't want to play it that way. She would rather go down a different route. So I'll quickly explain what happened. Basically, in the past, that woman did the dirty on me numerous times, twice that I know of for fact. We separated, she was with another guy probably before we separated, introduced him to my daughter and that, and then we got back together, you know, and we were married and shit, and I'd often find that she was up to no good. I don't know whether she did anything else with anybody else. She probably did, knowing who she is now and actually opening my eyes and seeing it, you know, she probably did. But I'm not sure whether she's going to watch this video, because she used to watch my videos, and if I title it something honest, like my ex-wife is a twat, then she'll probably watch it. So I'm probably going to tone it down and just, I don't know, like a relationship breakdown and anxiety and how to deal with it, because that's what this video is really about. It's like telling you guys what I've been doing and how I've been coping. So I discovered a month before we split that she was using Class A drugs, and it sort of set this little snowball rolling. There was things before, like she'd been messaging blokes, and I found other incriminating shit that I don't want to go into because it's embarrassing. It makes me look like a mug for standing by her. But basically I found out she was on the white stuff, and I found out that she'd been using it for months, which was bad, and it was in the house, like, and my daughter was there when I found it, so I wasn't impressed by it. And I threatened her. I told her that I'd called the police, like, explain this to the police when they show up. And her response, just to give you some kind of idea as to who we're dealing with here, her response after the little argument that we had was, I will tell the police that it's yours. So that, you know, it sort of sets the tone. That's who we're dealing with here, somebody that's able to stoop to that level. So we had that, and that, I found that gear a week after we'd done the anniversary video, which I referred to at the start of this, like the 2-week thing, and everything seemed fine. But it turns out that that was all just a big front, and that was all bullshit, and she was acting Oscar winning, let's add, but, you know, as far as I'm aware, or I'm led to believe, that that was all just a front. So basically, to cut a long story short, very fucking long, she went out one Saturday, I think it was a Saturday, shopping with her mate in the morning, and she didn't come home. Basically, I got a message at like 11:45 saying, I ain't coming home, I need some downtime. So I packed all my stuff, ready to go when she got back in the morning. It was horrible. It was horrible. I didn't want it to happen. I wanted her to come home, show some remorse, be a bit sorry. I've done something, I shouldn't have fucking done it. You know, you already know I've been using the white gear. So it's not good. It wasn't a good situation. So I moved out, and I'm going to be 100% straight down the line here with this video, because I don't fucking lie. I tell it how it is, and I assume that's why people watch my videos, is because they can see that I don't sugarcoat shit. So for the first couple of weeks I moved to my dad's with a fucking backpack with my clothes in and my computer. That's all I had, and my son, who's 18. And for the first 2 weeks, I genuinely felt like my life was over. Proper, just like done. How am I ever going to recover from this? How am I going to build any kind of life for myself when she pretty much did everything, like the shopping and sorted all the bills and stuff? You know, all I did really was looked after the kids, fed them, and worked. That was it. And made videos for you guys, I guess. You know, I didn't have much of an existence. You know that I didn't go out because I wasn't comfortable with it. So for the first 2 weeks, I hate to use this phrase, but I was ready to end shit, basically, because I was done. I was done. I couldn't cope. I didn't cry. Not once did I cry, but I just felt desperate. I felt that there was no way I could ever recover from this, because I'd put so much emphasis on, like, her being the most important thing in my life, and I needed her to survive, when the truth of the matter is that I genuinely didn't need her and don't need her now. So 7 weeks I was at my dad's for, and during that time I found out that my daughter had found so much shit on my ex during this period. Like, she'd overheard her talking on the phone saying that she'd been seeing this guy and she was going to see this bloke so she could get more fucking clothes off him and stuff. So it turned out, and it turns out now, that she's with this bloke and was with this bloke before I was out of the door. So she was using gear, she was seeing somebody else, she was working all the hours God sends. As far as I'm aware, she was at work. And that's just the kind of person that she is. Like, she's always been like that. And it's taken this, like, she's treated me like a fucking arsehole for so many years, but it's taken this, like, real big, horrific thing for me to actually step back. And yes, I was heartbroken. 2 weeks, as I say. I didn't want to be here anymore, man. That's how fucking desperate I was. But as time sort of passed, and then my daughter revealed that she wanted to move in with me, I found out through my ex that my daughter wanted to move in with me. So it wasn't because I've been blamed for poisoning my daughter against my ex, which is complete crap. And I'm not the type of person that would do that. My daughter wanted her family back together, so it was only natural for her to be anti her mum, because it was her mum that was doing the damage. But the fact that she was still living with her mum and hearing her on her phone telling her mates this, that and the other, and her mates admitting to my daughter that they knew that she was using coke, and just crazy shit like that. One of her friends called my daughter a smug little cow to her face, shouting in her face, because my daughter tried to confront her mum about the stuff that had gone on. So it was like my daughter was really being dragged through the mill, and it's horrible to think that. But I could do nothing about it at the time. I was living at my dad's one-bedroom bungalow, me, my son and my dad. So it wasn't ideal, there was nothing I could do. But 4 weeks ago, my daughter and myself, my 11-year-old daughter, moved into this house. The house that I'm sitting in now, the house that this video is coming to you from. So, during the first, because I was at my dad's for 7 weeks, and it was hard. The first couple of weeks, horrific. But as time sort of passed, I started doing more things, going out, getting my hair cut. I know, it's a fucking mess, and it's thinning, but I'm getting old, so pack it up. I was doing more. I was going shopping. I was treating myself, buying myself new clothes, making myself try and feel better, doing things that I hadn't done for years while I'd been with her, because my whole existence was about trying to keep my family together, trying to keep her happy, and just putting up with shit and being a doormat. And I'm being told by everybody that I was a mug, and just like I should have bailed out so long ago, when she cheated the first time, like after a year of being together, or if that. So, to cut a long story short, another long story, we moved in here, my daughter and me. And although, you know, it's been difficult, massively difficult, there's been times where I've felt that I can't do this. But the truth of the matter is, I am doing this, and I've, you know, managed to hook up with so many different people, so many different new friends that were old friends that I've reached out to or I've posted on social media, and I've discovered that so many people actually care about my existence. You know, people that I didn't really know even cared or even remembered who I was, like old school friends and stuff like that. And then there's obviously people that have watched my videos and known about my anxiety for years, friends that I consider friends. I've reached out to those and we've had conversations, and they all say Like, this could be, and likely is, the best thing that could ever happen to you. Like, maybe the anxiety was as bad as it was because of the shit that I was going through and the stress that I was under. Although I'm told, and everybody thinks in the old town that we used to live in, that this is all my fault because I was so controlling and I kept my ex prisoner and I poisoned my daughter against her. Yep, whatever. The fact of the matter is that she could not keep her clothes on. Unfortunately, that's why we're where we are right now. And I apologise to anybody that's watching this that knows her personally. If my daughter's watching, I apologise, but that's your mum and you know that. And my son doesn't care about her anyway. He hasn't done for a long time because of the way she treated him. And I don't particularly care. And I'm not sure if she's going to watch this video. Again, I don't care. This isn't about point scoring. It's about telling you guys the truth about what it's like to go through a situation like this, because there may be other people watching this who dread the day that maybe a relationship breaks down, or maybe you're single, maybe you've been here for a long time. But it's mainly, I guess, the people that are in relationships and they're terrified of something like this happening because you need somebody else. Let me just put it to you that you genuinely don't need anybody else, because nobody else can bring you life. Nobody else can live your life for you. Only you can. And if it takes something like this to have happened to me, then yeah, I was heartbroken for a period, maybe a month. It took me to start getting my head around what was going on. But now I'm in control. Fully, I'm in control. I've got everything that I need. I've got a house. It's my house. It's my daughter's house. We've got furniture, we've got food, we've got washing, we've got ironing done. I'm doing cleaning. I'm going out. I'm going out in the car. I'm going out shopping. I'm doing all the things that I needed to do maybe back then, but I'm doing them now. And I'm proud of myself for doing it. And yes, maybe it's taken this horrible, horrible experience to get to where I am now. And yes, I've had days while we've been here where I felt anxiety and I just sit, chill on the sofa, watch TV for an hour or something, and it just passes. Because I know that I can't make any more excuses. I can't just sit and do nothing. I've got to get up. I've got to get out. I'm a dad. I'm a proud dad. And I'm a strong bloke. That's, you know, at the end of the day, I've managed to pull myself through this. And yes, I've had people there. But at the end of the day, it's down to me. It's down to me to have got to where I am now. And I'm very, very pleased with where I am right now. Yes, anxiety's still there. Yes, I still feel fucking weird and wobbly, and when I'm at the checkout in a shop, or if I'm sitting in the car waiting to go into a shop, I'm feeling weird. It's got to be done, hasn't it? It's got to be done. Because if I don't do it, nobody else is going to do it for me. And there will come a time where I find somebody else, because there's 7 billion people on Earth, or more. And there will be somebody out there who is perfect for me. Like, I won't have to spend 13 years looking over my shoulder, wondering what you're up to. It'll just be right. And there is somebody out there. And when I'm ready, when I feel that I am happy being myself, and I can cope, and I don't need anybody else, that's when it'll be the right time to go and find that person, or for them to find me. You know? It's not all about finding somebody else quickly to run into something because I need somebody to go and get fucking tea bags from the shop. I don't anymore. I can do it myself, and I will do it myself. And one day, I'll walk into a shop with somebody else, holding hands maybe. That would be nice. But there ain't no rush. It's all good. That's where I've been. I felt anxiety. I felt depressed. I felt suicidal. At a point, but it was never fucking serious. It was never something I was contemplating. It was just there. I was desperate. And if you're going through this, or if you're scared of going through it, then just know that time is the greatest healer. 100%. Like, having no contact for the last few weeks has helped. I'm just not thinking about what could have been or what should have been or whether she did the right thing, or it doesn't matter anymore. Everything happens for a reason. Everything. There is a better plan out there for me. That's all there is to say, man. Onwards and upwards. I've said that so many times in videos, onwards and upwards, but it really is onwards and upwards. Like, the world is my oyster. There is nothing holding me back. I'm not looking backwards. I'm not looking over my shoulder. I don't care what anybody else is doing. I don't care what anybody else thinks, apart from me, my daughter, and my son. That's it. Peace be the journey. I will see you in the next video. I don't know what it's going to be about. Maybe anxiety. Maybe I'll have a panic attack straight after this video. Do you know what? I don't care anymore. Say it with a smile. It's all good. We're moving on up. I'll catch you in the next one. Laters.